What's going on, people? It's your boy Ike Chuks, one net or one I'm watching it. And you're watching Who Loves Afrobeats. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial.
But the person I got with me is a singer-songwriter, dancer, actor. What else can this guy can't do? He can do everything. He can model. His swagger is on point. I'm telling you, this guy can do everything. He's wearing one of the greatest rappers of all time, Biggie Smalls, on his chest. That says it all, that he is one of the greatest artists in the UK, from being in a dance group, from doing stage plays, from dancing, from injuring himself and still dancing, and he doesn't give a damn. The guy who I got inside the place with me is my broski. I know this guy for a long while. His name is called Ike Chuks. Whoop whoop. How you doing?
That intro was epic. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Good to be back. Good to be, here with you again, man. I appreciate all the support.
I never hardly get a chance to interview you that much. Well, when I do interview you, the last time I did interview you actually was at
a while ago. Actually.
If I was the bad guy. If I was the bad guy concert in O2 Islington.
Yeah, that was 2018.
Yeah,
it was 2018.
Yeah, 2018. I came there with Street Jams Entertainment.
Yeah,
and the team. Interviewed a whole heap of people. I never got to interview Files because he was all over the place. But he's my broski.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but at least I came and done that. That time you was doing a show, or true story show, I should say, based on a true story. As we already touched base, tell me about that show, and is that show still going on, or have they put that on pause, or they stopped that right now? Yeah.
So the show, the Sankara was a theatre play that I got involved in through my acting mentor. Right, he hit me up one day and he was like, "Yo, there's this play that's going on. The director of the play is someone who he had schooled previously, and like." A week before he hit me up, right, I was on Twitter and I found Thomas Sankara trending on Twitter. I was thinking, who's this guy? Who's Thomas Sankara? I never heard of him before. So I did a little research, a little digging, and I found he was like the former president of Burkina Faso. And I saw all the amazing things he had done. And that basically triggered me to do more research outside of Twitter. So I was just looking up this guy, just had all this information in my head. It was just refreshing to know that, someone from way back then was trying to do all of these great things for Africa, not just for his country, but for Africa as a whole. And then a week later, my mentor hits me up and says, check this play out, just go on audition. So I went, he sent me like the email, like the brief and stuff. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is about Thomas Sankara. And he wanted me to audition for the lead role. Woo. And I was like, if this isn't meant to be there, I don't know what is. Do you know what I mean? It was just surreal for me. Do you understand? Because it's just something I was just looking up, and then the following week it's just there on the table. So then I went for the audition, and the director was like, just asking me what I knew about Thomas Sankara, and straight away, like, I just started to like spill everything, all the information that I'd soaked up the week before, just started like spilling out. And I feel like that's one of the main reasons why I got the part. Because I just knew all of these things.
You just went out your own way and you just said, I'm going to research this guy.
Yeah, just research the guy, and that kind of came across because the audition, I had to do a speech in the audition, so that kind of came across that way. And the show was an amazing show. The BBC picked it up. They came like 3 times to watch the show. BBC Radio, BBC News came. And then they came on their own accord, just like, in an informal way to just enjoy the show rather than being there with cameras and stuff. So that was amazing. They put me on like 9 o'clock news. I was like, oh, wow. So it was an amazing show. It was all about, this guy who was the former president of Burkina Faso, and the things he'd done in the 4 years when he was president. he achieved more than the country had ever achieved in the 25 years prior to him becoming president.
Damn.
And unfortunately, he was assassinated because, I guess, the powers that be, they didn't like the direction that he was heading, and they wanted to kind of put a stop to it. But if you read his story, he tried to open a lot of people's minds into things like debt, how money is created, who we owe debt to, colonization, imperialism, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it is a powerful thing.
Now that's crazy that you said that, and you mentioned what he tried to do and he got assassinated and whatnot, because even like, I was talking to a few people about, Kobe and so forth and the stuff that he was going to do. You get what I'm saying? And that he wanted to unite all the world to basketball and wanted to do a World Cup of basketball. And for him to me, I think it was assassination, because there was a cartoon what came out in 2012 or something like that where the helicopter drops down and his rings and trophies come out.
Is that The Simpsons?
I don't think it's The Simpsons, but it's another cartoon.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you can when you can Google it and it will come up. And for this to happen now, you get what I'm saying? And then for people like, Pop to get assassinated for no reason, for just chilling.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's like why does the great has to go so early?
Yeah.
When they're doing so much awesome stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Even going down to Bob Marley, to Peter Tosh, to all these great people who just trying to just speak the word. It's like Tupac. He tried to speak the word, but you know what I mean? He had both sides to him. You know what I mean? So for you to do your research on this brother and to get the leading role because you were so highly knowledgeable about it, it's just totally. Well, I mean, totally amazing, man. Like,
thanks, man.
You know what I mean? So, can they find that show on YouTube or?
Nah, unfortunately not. With the theatre where we did the play, Cockpit Theatre, you're not allowed to bring in your phones and stuff. So they wanted to preserve the show and not let it spread like that too much. I don't know if you've probably seen a speech that I did online when I was getting ready for that character.
Oh yeah,
remember that speech? Right. So that in itself was it was meant to be a press conference, right, at a university. I forgot what uni it was. But it was meant to be like a small gathering of people. But so many people turned up that they had to open up the doors.
I'm gonna put you on pause because still got Ike Chuks inside the building, talking all things music, entertainment, acting, dancing. So we was just talking while your songs was playing. You're talking to us about 27.
Yeah.
The producer.
Yes, sir. 27 is my homie.
Wow, he's a monster, bro.
He's definitely a monster. He produced this song you just played as well. He produced this. He's worked with YC as well. I remember the first time YC came over to London, he was doing a show with Smade. And I got to hang out with YC, and he was like, bro, I want to go to a studio and just hang out and create some vibes. Sure thing, man, let's go.
Oh, was that the time we did a YC concert in O2 Islington as well?
Nah, this is his first time. It was a club performance when he just dropped. He just dropped Jagaban.
Oh,
He just dropped Jagaban. So it was hot. It was fresh, new. So Smade brought him over to London, hung out with him for a bit. Then I drove him down because his name's Phil, but he lives in Kent. So I drove YC over there. I've got a video actually of YC. He was freestyling for 20 minutes straight.
Jeez.
He's another monster as well.
YC, you're a monster, bro.
Because 27 was just playing beat after beat, and he was just going. And YC is such a talented dude, right? Because his rap style is so unique. He would freestyle about everything that just happened. When we went to the studio that day, he was freestyling about stuff that happened in the day prior to us getting to the studio, and he was dropping bars as well. It wasn't he was just rhyming with it. He was dropping bar after bar. He's such a talented dude, so I rate him a lot. Trust.
Crazy.
When we created this, we went to the studio, and he went into the booth and he just started mumbled a bit, and then the next take was basically him putting words to those mumbles. So he's great, man. He's great.
So you mentioned something earlier, like when you're writing, you rap your bars before you sort of like construct a song. Yeah. So I like to, because rapping is like what I started off doing first. I didn't really count myself as much of a singer, so I just, rap is like my main thing. And when I started, singing, I think I was talking to you earlier when I was saying how that even came about. It was the struggle to try and find someone to sing the hooks for me. So that kind of like forced me to start singing my own hooks. But I like to rap my verses and then see how I can use. And then when you're writing, do you have to listen to the instrumental first?
Definitely.
Or do you like write before you even actually hit? Because everyone that writes are different.
Yeah.
So what's it for you?
For me right now, it's listening to the beat.
Okay.
And then writing to it. And when I say writing, it's not necessarily like picking up a pen and just trying. It's more about, I hear a beat and then I think of the flow first, actually. So the flow's got there's no words. I'm just mumbling a bunch of stuff like just gibberish, just to get that rhythm.
Yeah.
And I think about it as a dancer as well, because when I dance, or if I have to create a routine, you've got this kind of like journey where you're going up, down, sideways, left, right. I try and think about that and use that for my flow.
Okay.
And then the words come with it, and then it makes more sense. Because when I first started, I used to just write and then go and try and find a beat to fit those lyrics in with it. And even when you do find a beat, I don't feel like it merges properly.
Right.
But listening to the beat first, for me, makes everything merge like properly, because you've made that song specifically to that beat.
Yeah.
If you take the words and put it on another beat, it might work, but it won't gel as great as what you made.
Are there any artists that is kind of like on your list that you'd like to work with?
The one artist that I really wanted to work with, especially like this period where I was creating my EP, was Bodge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know him.
Was Bodge. So this particular song, because I was in Lagos to create the EP from October 31st, and that was the first song I made. And when I made it, that's the only person I could hear on the song.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the only artist that sprung to my mind first. And I was like, I gotta get Bodge on this. And at this point, I'd met Bodge, but we'd never like spoken. So I just sent him a tweet.
Okay.
I just sent him a tweet. And shout out to my big bro Shopsy Do as well. Shopsy Do put in a good word and was like, Ike Chuks has got this track that he wants to get you on. And I sent it to him and he was like, yo, I'll work on it and send it back to you. And he sent it back to me and it was fire. I can't wait. It's actually called Money.
Okay, interesting.
That's what you like, innit?
Nigerian
boys love money. That's why you're flying back to Nigerian
Straight,
like next week.
bro.
I wish I could fly here, there, everywhere. I probably just need to get a Nigerian passport. That's all.
Hey, listen.
Well, don't worry, just come to Nigeria. We'll sort that out.
Well, anything's possible, as they say, innit? Like, so what's popping for you? What's next for you on the agenda of you got your EP?
Yeah.
Is it it's released, right?
No, it's not out yet. It's coming out at the end of March. I was saying to you earlier on, the EP for me was actually ready in January, but it's the preparation, getting everything ready so I can push it out. So it's dropping on the 4th of April.
Okay.
It's the date that we've got at the moment. So everything I'm doing now from now until then is just, promoting it as much as I possibly can and raising awareness, creating a buzz for it. It's going to be one of my best projects yet. Do you know what I mean? And I like the fact that every time I create, I still find a song in my new creation that's my favorite. For me, that just says progression. Because if my favorite song was still like my first song, I would think there's a problem there, mate.
So you mentioned Nigeria just a few minutes ago. Is there any plans to probably like relocate? Because there's a lot of artists that started off in the UK.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we've got the Tiwa, Savage, we've got Burna Boy,
Naira Marley.
Don
So
Jazzy
a lot
was
of people,
here.
yeah, a lot of people started off here and moved to Nigeria. Is that on the radar?
Well, he's going back next week, so
I mean, yeah.
I tell you what, like
relocate.
I think London is still gonna be, it's still my home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was born in the UK, well, I went back to Nigeria, and then I came back here. So like, they both my homes. I'm gonna be like shuffling back and forth. But I feel like to reach a certain level, you kind of need to go home.
Yeah.
You need to go back to Africa and, you know, kind of make yourself known over there. And that kind of translates internationally as well. Do you know what I mean? So for me personally, like, going back to Nigeria is where it helps me be very creative. Yeah, it puts me in a place where I can create a lot better. And also you get a lot more love like back home. From like there's a lot, how do I put it? There's a lot more people hungry for that sound. Do you know what I mean? People are looking for something different. So when I go home, it's a lot different to when I'm here, in terms of reception, and in terms of like who's coming up to me on the street, who's coming up to me when I'm at events. So that's all like really different over there. So I feel like everyone has to go home at some point, and then do what you need to do and come back here. Because if you look at people like Wiz, people like Tiwa, David, they're not in Nigeria a lot of the times. But when they want to create an album, they go back to Nigeria. You know what I mean? Tiwa Savage was in Nigeria over December, January, creating her. I think she's working on the album as well. So yeah, everyone has to go home at some point.
wow. So what's going on for the dance? You're not getting back into it.
No, look, I'm always. Oh man, that's a different chapter right now, man. I'm always going to be a dancer. You know this. I struggle to perform and not dance. It's not possible.
Like, you're always dancing. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why I had to put that little comment on your picture yesterday. Like, what are you wearing a raincoat, blood? It's not raining inside, you know.
It's the style, man. It's that style. That's that swag. It's that Ike Chuks swag. You gotta stand out. But yeah, man, I'm always gonna like be an entertainer, aside from like my music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Entertaining is what I was born to do. And you know, I use whatever talent that I have to entertain people. If it's through acting, I'm doing it. If it's through music, if it's through dancing, and thank God with music, you can always incorporate dance. You can even incorporate acting, because when you do your music videos, you're acting as well. So everything is like 360. So yes, with this EP I was working on, I was just trying to make sure that, you know, like my culture as well was like heavily involved in it. The title is actually called Ibotic.
What does that mean?
So,
I'm Jamaican, bro.
Ibotic, basically. So in Nigeria, there's 3 different tribes, right? There's Igbo, Hausa, there's Yoruba.
Yeah.
There's more than 3.
There's more than 3, but the 3 main ones.
That's the main bait.
Those are the 3 main ones. Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba are the 3 main ones. There's other ones as well. I'm Igbo. I'm Igbo.
Oh, that's why you like money. All Igbo people I know, they love money. Europeans, yeah, they're cool. If you're a Yoruba, is that what you are, love?
Look, yeah, people say Igbos love money. It's not like we love money. It's just because we're very resourceful. Like,
you love money.
We're very resourceful. Man. We're trying to find a new way to make that money. Do you know what I mean? We live in a capitalist world, man. Everyone needs money. So,
well, Yahoo boy, yeah.
Yahoo, Hotmail. I'm a hot boy.
You're not a Yahoo boy, yeah. Bro. You're not scamming away.
Because I would say in that song you're gonna play very soon. But yeah. So yeah, I wanted to use, you know, my EP to portray that and just make Igbo language something that can be globally known. You know what I mean? Same way like when people like Wiz and David drop songs, no one's out there asking them to say it in English. Do you know what I mean? They just feel it. And I get that. Like, people always like comment on my page. Like, when I do like freestyle videos, they're like, I love your flow, man. I love what you're saying. I just wish I could understand. You don't have to understand, just feel it. Do you know what I mean?
No, but because it's true, because like look at places like, you know, Japan and China and Korea and Philippines and Vietnam and stuff like that. You know, those places, the people love black music, and they're singing it word for word, but
exactly.
when you're talking to them, they're talking in their language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So music is a
universal
that's the word I was.
Language.
Yeah, it's a universal thing. So you're going back to Nigeria. Were you going back to do promo, or going back to do work?
I'm going back to do promo, a lot of promo. There's a lot of work as well. So that's my main aim, man. Just go back, do promo, create awareness for the EP dropping. And it's the work kind of started from here. Do you know what I mean? It starts from here. It starts from being here with you guys, and just letting you know that I got something coming. So
let me ask you something. I'm gonna throw it back. I'm gonna throw it in your face now. You might get upset. Yeah. So if diversity came tomorrow morning and say, "Yo, I want you back. Like you was the backbone, like type of thing. They were gassing you up. You was the backbone, but you broke your back. But I want you back, type of thing. Yeah, I want you back, part of the squad, the part of the team, like for one more show." And they was giving you a couple bags. What would you say?
I think that.
Stop lying! Don't lie.
That
now.
journey.
Don't lie.
You asked me a question. Let me answer it. Let me answer. I feel like, look, those guys, they're cool. They're doing their thing. They're on their journey, and I feel like this is my journey now. Do you know what I mean? There's no going back on yourself. Like this is maybe sometime in the future when things are a lot different. Maybe we might come together again. But right now, like I love what I'm doing. Like I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Like I love the path that I'm on. Do you know what I mean? And everything happens for a reason.
Is there anyone from diversity that you're still connected with, that you're still you're talking to as?
Yeah, there's guys in the group that send me messages sometimes. You know what I mean? Like we still follow each other on Instagram, Twitter, and all of that stuff. So I'll post a picture and they'll comment, or I'll post a freestyle video and someone will just drop like fire emoji. And it's vice versa. Do you know what I mean? When they do shows, when they do like performances and I see it, I just comment. That's it.
Damn. So we go through songs from you. Like, I'm feeling ego.
Ego.
It sounds like ego.
Yeah.
Ego.
It's
Was
spelled
it ego?
the same. It's ego. Ego means money.
Huh?
Ego means
He's
money.
an ego, yeah? He's got a big ego.
It means money.
It means money.
This is what we're saying. This is what we're saying.
I'm the Scooby Doo right here. Like, yeah, I think I'm too British. You get me? You get me? So it means money.
Yeah, ego means money.
See?
I gotta say it again, Igbo boy.
Igbo boys. What is wrong with you, Igbo boys? You love money.
It's all about the money.
It's all about the
I
bench.
swear, if I was Nigerian, Gavin, everyone says no, you are.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I don't remember.
I think I'll be a Yoruba. I'll be a Yoruba because like,
you'd be an Igbo man.
Bro, I don't like. It's not
you'd
like
be
I
an
don't
Igbo
like,
man,
it's not
bro.
like I don't like money. Yeah, it's just that, like, it doesn't fascinate me. Like,
but you'd be an Igbo man.
No.
By force, by fire, you'd be an Igbo man.
By force, by
You'd be an
fire.
Igbo man. Trust me.
But you know what I'm gonna do here, right? I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you better well answer these questions. What I'm gonna ask you.
You sound like you're gonna be mischievous just now.
No, you can't Skype now. I will lock.
You're fully committed.
I will lock door.
Oh, Lord,
If
have mercy.
there's lock on the door, there's not.
There's no lock, mate. Sorry.
There's no lock on the door.
Sorry, mate.
Okay.
Jackpot.
Okay. Let me. These questions, yeah. Right. It's just a firing questions. What I'm just gonna send to you, and you know the camera's filming you, so you can't lie. You can't.
Just ask the questions, man. I don't like the suspense.
All right then. Cool. All right. Would you rather be loved or feared? You heard.
Would you rather be loved or what?
Feared.
Feared. Loved.
Why?
Because love conquers all, bro. I don't want anyone to fear me. Like, I'd rather be loved and respected than feared. Because, you know, if people fear you, that doesn't mean they care about you, or they, you know, they fear you because maybe they feel like you're going to do something bad to them. There's no space for fear in my life, bro. It's all about love. Like, there's no space for fear. That's an easy question if you ask me.
What is your greatest fear?
I think my great it's like I haven't actually thought about that before, but thinking about it now, I don't think I have one. I don't think I have a greatest fear.
She's looking at you like suspiciously, like.
I don't think I have a greatest fear. I think I have little things that I might be scared about, but I don't have like something that's like, you know.
Okay. What is the worst piece of advice you ever received?
Oh man, the worst piece of advice. I don't think I've ever received any advice that was terrible, because I can't even remember if I've ever received any such terrible. I take everything in every advice that someone gives you. There's going to be an aspect of it that you can use. So I don't think it's all going to be wasted. And the people I hang around as well, everyone's clued up very much up there. Yeah, so I wouldn't say I've received any advice that has been, I would say it was, you know, nonsensical.
What's the best piece of advice?
Best piece of advice that I've ever received is don't quit. Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay in that lane that you're in. Stay in that pocket that you're in. Because what you do is unique to you.
Yeah. What is the one album you can listen to for the rest of your life?
Son of the Soil.
Yeah. Okay. Straight out,
Son of the
like
Soul,
that.
bro.
And I'm gonna put this last one on you. I don't want to get you in trouble, but I don't care. She's getting in trouble. She's getting. All right. You know what I'm gonna ask, innit? Who was your childhood crush?
I didn't have one.
Lying blow.
I didn't have a childhood crush. Right, I tell you what.
Go on.
When I was a teenager,
Okay.
Yeah,
I really liked Rihanna.
You like the beige one?
But that was it. I never really had a.
Oh, Sana Leaf. Didn't I say that last week? That one of my favorites was Sana Leafin from Love and Basketball. Sana Leafin from Love and Basketball. She got the little scar on her the side of her mouth, on her face or something like that. Sana Leafin from Love and Basketball.
I didn't have a crush on her. I like her. It's different from having a crush.
So you had a crush on Rihanna.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to play for you, Igor or Vibe? Yeah.
It's up to you, bro. I think you should play. Have you got the What Happened to Kate? I sent that to you.
It should be here. Yeah, I know. What I'll do, all right, I would play. I'll play Vibe, yeah. Then I'll find the other one, and then I'll play it because I know it's there somewhere. I don't understand why it's not on this list, but it's there somewhere. Don't worry, it's there. But bro,
Vibe is therefore one of my favorite songs, man.
I'm gonna play it, innit? Well, bro, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure
for having me.
For having you. You know what I mean? It's always a blast seeing you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we always chop it up every now and then.
Definitely,
on the good old cellular phone. You know what I mean? You know, you see this one?
Just be careful.
You see
bro.
this one? I could tell this one is a big wahala. A big wahala. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Nah, she's blessed, man. She's cool.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm sure.
What's your star sign, love?
Gemini.
Hey.
I can't even get
You
past
see?
you, boy. Hey.
You see? It's not just me.
Hey.
Ain't just me.
Do you know what?
My mum is Gemini, to be
Do
fair.
you know what? Every what's that?
My mum's Gemini.
What day is that?
16th of June.
16. And it's so crazy, yeah. I got a friend who I grew up with called Charlene Hammond, and her birthday's on that day as well.
Mad.
And everybody who's a Gemini who I know, for some crazy reason, I have bad arguments with them. But, but we always end up being cool after.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm Cancerian. I'm July the 15th. You get what I'm saying? But Geminis get on my nerves. But broski, thank you for coming down.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Saying more success, safe journey to Lagos.
Thank you.
Yeah.